addition to our little assignment. Leonid, if you would escort this lady to the brig.
Your little assignment? You have no idea what your mafia-financed assignment is, do you, Admiral?
Young lady, who you are and what you know is of very little concern to me. If I was captain of my ship, I might listen to you, but unfortunately the situation I find myself in doesn't allow me that privilege. So if you would be quiet and hurry along like a good little girl. Inside, please.
You're making a grave mistake. You know that?
Under no circumstances open this door. Do you understand?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure if Leonid understands anything. Nevertheless, guys, hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 5 Remastered. Zelgrace115 speaking, and I'd like to welcome you to today's level, the Submarine. An absolutely unique level. The closest thing we played to something like this was back in Tomb Raider 2 with the Wreck of Maria Doria, my favorite levels of the game, and you know how much I have a soft spot for odd situations Lara finds herself in. So first of all, in today's level we are gonna get our hands on all 18 goodies, raising the total pickup count to 117. We're also gonna, despite finishing off 13 enemies, land only 12 kills, because one of them is in a cutscene of sorts, kind of like the crane operator in the previous level. Although it's a little bit more involved, it's not fully a cutscene, you actually have to perform an action, sneak around, that sort of thing. Nevertheless, our kills count is gonna be increased by 12 to 39. It should actually be 38, but we somehow managed to get awarded an extra in-game kill in the previous level, which skewered our in-game stats for the rest of the playthrough. Unfortunate, but it's important to show you that this can happen to you guys as well. Furthermore, there are no breakable objects to think about in this level, so you don't have to worry about that. I mean, you don't have to worry about that at all anyway, but at least I don't. And we are gonna get our hands on 3 secrets. For a while, this will be the final level, where we are actually gonna find 3 secrets. The one that follows and the one after is gonna have 1 and 2 secrets. It's like they split a larger level, so to speak. When it comes to achievements, there is just one to think about, something we've been doing in every level so far, and that is I am invincible, do not use any med packs in the submarine level. I'll be honest, I don't know why the submarine level is the one they decided to put this achievement in. It's like they couldn't really think of anything else. It's not even particularly difficult, although the enemies do shoot back, so unless you use the corner cover and environment to your advantage, you might struggle with this, but I'm gonna show you a way how to pull it off effortlessly. Hopefully I'm not gonna regret those words. Anyway, I did warn you about it last time to use up all your ammo, because we are back to just large medipack, 6 small medipacks, 1 remaining flare, and no ammo or pistols whatsoever. Okay guys, our inventory has been of sorts reset again, so there really is no use in holding ammunition in Tomb Raider 5 Chronicles. However, when it comes to flares, one of my original complaints back in 2023 when I tackled the original was the complete lack of flares in the Russian chapter of the game. And it seems like Saber Aspire agree, and they have graciously put a box of flares over here, which was not here, at least in the PC version, not sure about the PlayStation one. Also, if you have action indicators enabled, you will see that Lara can pry this bar open and turn it, you guessed it, into a crowbar. Yep, it's not gonna be the same one as the Desert Railroad accompanying us through most of the game, but it's still pretty welcome. And I also want to take a peek through this door. Yeah, Leonid and his friend are already gone. We get a glimpse of the corridor also in the originals, and I think this corridor we are actually gonna visit not in today's level, but 2 levels from now on, when we are gonna re-enter the submarine after a certain deep-sea dive. But for now, you don't have to worry about it. We are gonna enter an identical-looking bunk bed's room, but a bit later in the level. Furthermore, part of me wonders, what was Lara's plan? She just waited in the cargo hold and wanted to talk to Yarofev, maybe? To talk to his pride and conscience or something like that? It's a bit confusing, because she didn't even seem caught off guard as they opened the door and escorted her to a prison cell, so to speak. I don't know what Lara was thinking. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gonna hold the duck key now, and I want to show you something very disappointing. Lara cannot transition from ladders directly into crawl. She needs to do this. This is a move that they actually implemented in Tomb Raider 3, but for some reason didn't make the cut to Tomb Raider 4 and 5 Remastered. I do not know why. I put in this out back in my early impressions video a year ago, but it has not been re-implemented since, and this is kind of the level where I feel its absence a lot. Anyway guys, with a bit of exploration, especially using the photo mode, you can find the first secret in that vent over there. Now I think using a flare is a little bit tricky for this, so I think, just so it doesn't go out at the most inopportune moment, I'm not gonna use the ancient method of release and regrab. I could actually call it an ancient Chinese method of release and regrab because, well, in China it's the first time we encountered it in Tomb Raider 2. Anywho, let's get here slowly but safely, and the first golden rose is ours. Yay! Awesome. And now to make things a little faster, let's at least jump up here. Go up, and right in front of you will be dead-end vent. You don't need to worry about exploring that one at all. All we gotta do is corner shimmy like this. And now guys, I told you cannot transition from ladder into crawl manually, but in spaces like this, it will happen automatically. See? That's the most infuriating thing. The animation actually is in the game. It was also in the original Tomb Raider 5. But you cannot perform it manually. It just drives me crazy. But in Tomb Raider 3 Remastered, you could. Yeah, let me know if you knew about this. It's such a small nitpick, I guess, but ah man, this level could really use it. Oh my god, cables. Cables aplenty. Okay, so first of all, there is no reason going down there. It's certain death and doom, and honestly, the cables themselves are not really an extra hazard. We are gonna navigate this exactly as we did the pit before without the cables. Doesn't make any sort of difference. But keep in mind that there is a storeroom we want to explore over to the side before making it across, okay? I love the electricity warning above, like, as if they always expect the cables here to just go loose. Okay. And now, guys, I want to warn you, if you are sensitive to epilepsy or flashing lights, please close your eyes and listen to my voice when I tell you it's okay to. Just look away, look at something else, don't look at this room. I have a history of epilepsy in my family, and this is difficult even for me. But, whilst, let me light up a flare, maybe that's gonna make it easier for our eyes. I want to show you that in this chest of drawers, there is a key item, and this item is a battery minus. We of course need a positive charge battery. Opposite of it is a shelving space that should have a small med pack. Next to the chest of drawers is an empty shelving space, so I'm not gonna waste your time with it, just know that it's completely empty. But one thing I want to draw your attention to is this sheet with names, and apparently one of the names is Ash Karpo from Tomb of Ash, which I think is a really cute Easter egg, and a nice tribute to the guy who, well, I'm not even gonna bother taking a picture in the OG graphics, but nice tribute to the guy who has done so much work in terms of excavating the leftover core era remake of Tomb Raider 1 before we got Tomb Raider Anniversary and all sorts of other things and developer interviews. So check out his channel if you haven't already. I think it's really cute that they put his name into the roster here. Okay. And we are not getting out of this door despite having a keyhole. It's another misleading door like the one we've seen in the base, okay? So let's get out of this epilepsy room. I hate it. There's gonna be another one like this, unfortunately. Gosh darn it. But hey, we can at least transition into a crawl like this, because this isn't a ladder, which is awesome. And I'm gonna drop the flare here, just so it, again, doesn't cause our untimely demise. And again, I really love how much Tomb Raider 5 is using corner shimmying, which was almost not used at all in Tomb Raider 4. And honestly, all the situations I can think of where you should corner shimmy, you could also work your way without it. It was a bit odd. Okay, so let's climb up. And again, I wish we could transition into a crawl here, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. But this is actually going to transition into a lovely cutscene. Just notice the changes they made to the control center in the remastered graphics.
Then it is true. We are before the stricken U-boat. Now we find if its cargo is still intact. Prepare your divers.
And are we to be told what we search for?
Enough to locate it, but beyond that, I fear it may be too much for your limited intellect to grasp.
Perhaps too much for my trusted comrade, but perhaps not for this spy we have located on board.
A spy? I trust you disposed of him.
Not him, her. Yet, We are forced to run with the wolves, but we shall not kill indiscriminately like they.
Fool! I shall dispose of her when I return. Move the sub to position, quickly, comrade.
Take her 5 degrees astern, quarter power, and bring her to a full stop. Attention all dive crews! Report to your stations immediately!
Guys, seriously, the changes they made to the control room in the Remastered are absolutely glorious. I mean, this is the best comparison we can get. I mean, in a way, this is a shot of Lara peeking through, I like it. But you can see the two soldiers on those chairs out there. But both the Admiral and the Mafioso are now gone, essentially. But we are approaching the treasure, the Spear of Destiny. Or we are approaching the wreckage of the World War II German submarine, more likely. And everyone's kind of hoping the spear is there, okay? So, for now, let's just make it over here. And my friends, the one and only stealth section of this level, be very careful. And this feels like a throwback to Nevada levels of Tomb Raider 3. There be a cook. You can actually tap the roll key to nudge Lara forward without breaking your stealth. But from now on, make sure to walk. And not run, not even crawl, you need to walk. And now I'm a bit nervous about this, but I want to quickly show you that our kills count is at 27, which is incorrect, it should be 26 from previous level. Anyway, you now have to use crowbar. The hint is that if you put action key facing the cook's back, your inventory is gonna open at crowbar. Ouch! I guess technically he might not be dead, just knocked out cold. If he notices you, by the way, he's gonna start chasing you with a knife. An absolutely horror scenario. You can escape via the vent and then re-enter it, and he's gonna go back to chopping up his meat and not even alerting the base that the spy made it out. He's too dedicated to his profession. Oh no, I kind of forgot to take a picture of the cook, but you know what? We're gonna take a picture of the delicious food on the table. In the original, actually, he was attending an empty counter, which I find a bit odd. Anyway, what he dropped is a bronze key. Doesn't tell us much, does it? And as you can see, our kills count is not increased, which is infuriating. But every other enemy we are gonna encounter in the level is gonna increase it by 1, unless something weird like in the base level happened, will happen here as well. Okay, now I'm always trying to remember which of these are empty, which have supplies to not waste your time. I think diagonally across the chest of drawers, we're gonna get our hands on another key item. Oh, excellent. This is a silver key, not a bronze key. What is this, the cistern level now? Are we gonna get a gold key? I don't know. Doesn't make much sense in a submarine, but anyway. There they are, the pistols. And from now on, the pistol-less section is over a little bit earlier than I would have liked. However, I don't mind so much because we're gonna get an entire chapter of the game in Ireland without guns. And you know I have a soft spot for levels without pistols. Okay, so now, let's take our guns out. Wow, that's a dramatic music. Do we take a picture of him? I think we should just take a picture of the guy in the white shirt. The one in the black is at a terrible angle, but let's do something about this. I want to capture the TV screen as well. Excellent. Ah, too dark in the OGs. I mean, I'm not even surprised anymore. Okay. And let's use hiding behind the corner to our advantage. Okay, and I wanted to take a picture. These guys in black shirts have a scorpion gun and also a spider tattoo. Of course they have a spider tattoo to show that they're evil. But what's interesting is that it really reminds me of the brown pants and blue jeans from Tomb Raider 2's offshore rig levels, you know? Anyway, let's take a picture. We're probably not gonna get a better opportunity. Oh wow, I don't think I've ever managed to pull this off without taking a single shot. That is amazing. Now my friends, you have a choice between going left and right. What I recommend, approach this place, the door's gonna open and there's gonna be a clueless soldier exiting the toilet, thinking what the hell happened. Thankfully, he managed to take his large load off. What he does drop is a box of shotgun shells, which is excellent. Unfortunately, we don't yet have a shotgun. You can enter the bathroom itself to get a unique camera angle, but really nothing else. The bathroom is utterly pointless, but I'd like to come back here a bit later to compare how things have changed. Now you can go to the door next to the bathroom, but I recommend actually going the opposite direction first, okay? And let's see, there should be a door with a card reader. I think it's the one to the right. Yeah, okay. So whenever you see a door with a card reader, Lara's gonna say no, and with the photo mode you can take a look, you'll notice there's nothing behind such doors. These are foreshadowing a future level when we'll be back in the submarine after deep sea dive, okay? All card doors like this you can just ignore in today's level. Now these guys got a lot better at changing direction since times of Tomb Raider 2, so you need to be a little bit more involved, okay? But still nothing we cannot overcome. And now we pretty much only have one choice here. And we are, in a way, retracing our steps back to the introductory cutscene of this level. We want to re-enter the cargo hold where Lara was captured, and again, I just don't really know what her plan was there, sitting idly, but okay. And inside the cargo hold, a plethora of goodies. But first of all, we need to get rid of another black and white shirt mafioso. Okay, use that corner cover. Oh my god. They're shooting even without aiming at us. Well, that's not good. Okay, we got rid of the black shirt guy. Now the white shirt guy. Whew, Lara, your accuracy there left a lot to be desired. Nevertheless, the white shirt guy drops a shotgun, and like always, it comes preloaded with 6 shotgun shells, the normal variety, thankfully. And we picked up 1 box before from the guy that exited the bathroom, okay? I'm thinking we might as well let loose with the shotgun, there's no point in holding anything. But first of all, I'd like to draw your attention to the key item over here. This, my friends, is not the positive charge battery pack, it's an Aqualung. My god, I'm thinking back to Aqualung from Jethro Tull now. And now, if we cut this corner, we're gonna get our hands on a large med pack. A rare occasion, and right underneath, remember we still have that crowbar, coming back to Desert Railroad, we can open up a crate just like in that game, to discover the second secret. Yay! And I'm not gonna even keep you waiting for long for the third one, okay? And that's it for the cargo hold. So this is the corridor we entered with Yarofel and Leonid and the other soldier. Then of course they skipped the parts where everyone climbs a ladder because that would be awkward to animate. And then somehow we ended up in a corridor with the bunk beds, which is actually not physically here. It's a little cinema trickery, so to speak. Or they just really cut ahead through an entire tour of the ship. Oh sorry, a submarine. And that is some VHS player, Panasonic, if I'm not mistaken, right? Interesting. Well, they do need entertainment on those long voyages. Okay, but let's now explore the bathroom side. I know there's a specific terminology in submarines, like starboard and that sort of thing, also on ships. I could never wrap my small mind around that, so I'm gonna call it the toilet side and the other side. And now, guys, sneak very carefully when entering another epileptic storeroom. And you can sneak up on this fella with a shotgun. How cool is that? He didn't manage to fire off a single shot. Now, thankfully, I'm not gonna spend any time here. The chest of drawers and the shelves are all empty. What we're interested in is the trapdoor over here. And we can even open it from this side, which is cool. And since we're hanging from a ledge, we can actually transition into a crawl, which is awesome. Now, I'm not sure if it's this one or the one after. Wait a second, Lara, you're not leaving me any space. Oh no, sorry, it's not this one. Because one of these is gonna have an entrance to the third and final secret. So maybe it is this one? Lara? Oh no. Okay, let's keep going. This is not how I remember it at all. But then again, everything looks the same in the ventilation shafts. And this is nothing compared to New York levels. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Da-da-da-da, and that's the third and final secret out of the way. Excellent. Thank you for cooperating, Lara. And now let's just continue our journey. And guys, think how awkward this would all be to navigate without those extra flares. Seriously. Now, the moment we enter this room, the door here is gonna open, and I'm just gonna assume this is Leonid, out for blood. It's personal, Leonid. Oh wow, he slid across that room. Excellent. Whew. Okay, guys, now there should be a key in... I'm not sure if it's in the chest of drawers or if it's in one of the shelves. Ah, it is here. Okay, we can leave the shelves alone then. These are empty. I'm not gonna waste your time with that. We have gotten our hands on the positive charge battery. Before I start combining, I want to approach the reason we're collecting these. And another keycard door. These are inaccessible in today's level. Okay. And now, this is something I think that will confuse a lot of people. We are actually at the crossroads here. Remember, we entered the epileptic storeroom and entered the shaft. If we were to continue via this way, we would have entered this corridor, but the door here would be locked and there would be no Leonid, and that would be sad. So that is fully explored loop. Let's now, however, go down here, okay? And... ooh. I smell a soldier. Oh, there he is, there he is. I could have gotten for the shotgun, but I'm thinking I'll leave those shotgun shells for another stealth attempt. Oh, that worked out better than I thought. Excellent, and this guy even dropped wide shot ammunition, which is always good. Now, I just want to know if... is it here? Oh, that's right, my friends, this is not the same bunk beds room we were in. As you can see, this is still in place. Remember, we ripped one out for the crowbar, and there used to be a box of flares here. This one has a small medpack, and the vent opposite does not have a crack in the wall and is very much open. This is just an identical looking bunk beds room, which always used to confuse me as a kid. Okay, but I want to get my shotgun ready, and you know what? I might even get the wide shots ready, simply because we'll get so close to the next enemy, even wide shots cannot miss. There we go. And from now on, guys, if you take it slow, maybe we could have run 1 or 2 squares, but I didn't want to risk it. You should be able, let's switch to the bad ammo, to get close to this fella, enough to execute in cold blood. There we go. See, even wide shots cannot miss. That's how close and up in his face we got. And we are approaching the final leg of our journey through the submarine, or the initial journey through the submarine. Like I said, we'll be back, which is awesome. And that is here. First of all, you can explore the one on the left. This is a diving suit area. This is a very elaborate diving suit. However, Lara cannot really break the glass. It is bulletproof. She doesn't have means to open it. And over here are sort of diving bell areas, the access points to go into the murky depths, okay? If you open the diving suit area opposite of it, you are going to be ambushed by a soldier. However, you need the key item he will drop. I think this guy was trying to put on a diving suit and just got interrupted. Ooh, okay, I wasn't sure wide shots are going to cut it like this. Excellent. And what he dropped is a suit console. So he was clearly getting ready for a dive, but got ambushed at the most inopportune moment. Okay. And now, my friends, the final enemy of today's level, optional one. If you do not enter here, you're not even gonna trigger him. Excellent, and we just used up our wide shots, so we can go back to the good ammunition. That was kind of my objective. Didn't want to miss a single pellet. Another diver getting ready, and there'll be more divers in the next level. But for now, let me show you what it's all been about. Like the cutscene showed us from the control room, they have found the wreckage of the German World War II submarine. So they think what Mikhailos is looking for, and that's of course the Spear of Destiny, as we know from Charles Kane's retelling, should be in there. But to be able to brave those depths, we can't just go for a dive, because the pressure would kill us. We need deep sea environmental suit right here. And this, my friends, is the only one that's not behind the glass pane, so the one we can interact with. And if you have the action indicators on, you will see one popping here. No. And this will open up. However, Lara will say no. And this is really interesting, so let me explain this mess. First of all, we need to combine the negative and positive battery. We cannot combine them with the suit console itself, despite having a slot there, okay? What we need to do is combine the batteries together to create a suit battery. However, the Tomb Raider 4 and 5 engine does not handle combining the same object ID multiple times, so this can no longer be combined, okay? Furthermore, as you can see, we cannot combine the suit console with the battery pack, and we also cannot enter the battery pack onto the diving suit, nor the empty suit console. You need to combine the suit console with Aqualung, and you cannot combine the suit console with Aqualung with the battery pack in your inventory. You need to put the suit console with Aqualung onto the diving suit, and then, if you summon the inventory even via pressing the action key, you will be able to put the battery in. But before that, guys, I want to save the game here and take a look at our statistics, because this will trigger the level end. So my friends, this was the Submarine. Let me know what you thought. I think it's a really unique level, and you know how much I love these. We have gotten our hands on all 18 goodies, raising the total to 117. We have also killed all 13 enemies if you count the cook, but it raised our kills count via 12 to 39, but this should be in your own playthrough 38, unless you encounter the weird +1 kill bug in the base level. Furthermore, we have found all 3 secrets, raising the total to 15. Okay, this is important, and there were no breakable objects to worry about. We have also not unlocked any achievements. That's because the I Am Invincible achievement will unlock once we put the battery in, provided you did not use a med pack, like I showed you. Okay guys, so thank you so much for being with me in today's level, really unique one, and the one that follows is even more fascinating. And before we say farewell today, let's put the battery in, and I want to say thanks to my absolutely amazing patrons. And also the I Am Invincible achievement should unlock.
Time to turn the tables.
Blangoopel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, Pooh the 2, Basic Branny, Bino, and Alex Clark. Thank you guys so much for being my loyal Winstons and for providing us some onboard entertainment. Next, I would like to say big thanks to my caretaker Winstons, Karavetu, Renegade Ernie, Blanket Fox, Jonathan Jones, Dig the Bee, PD92, and Akiras. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel, and also thank you for treating us to a military ration of both slop and gruel, all the nutrition with no extra taste. I would also like to give special thanks to my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Pavilianiti, Alexander, and Richard Dearman. Thank you guys so much for your valiant support of the channel, and also cheers for mixing up the Submarine duty roasters, creating multiple opportunities for us to get the drop on our enemies amongst the chaos. And finally, I would like to give one very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you so much for your incredibly long and generous support of the channel, and also thank you for keeping Lara's pistol safely locked away in the kitchen larder. It's the last place anyone but hungry Lara would look for. Without her babies, we'd be royally screwed later in this level, and we made it out thanks to you. And on a final note, I'd like to say thanks to my free Patreon members, as well as to each and every one of you for making it towards the end of today's episode. So guys, what do you think? This is in fact my first fully 4K video I have ever put up, and I couldn't be happier about how it turned out. Sure, Tomb Raider remasters aren't exactly graphics intense and the best benchmark for that sort of thing, but I'm very excited about all sorts of opportunities with this hardware I now have, especially when it comes to the Survivor trilogy or even the upcoming Legacy of Atlantis. And that's not even saying anything about the Gothic remake. Whew. Lots of stuff ahead on the horizon. Unfortunately, no LAU remasters. I'm still heartbroken about that, but I am gonna start working immediately on the next level, the Deep Sea Dive, to bring that to you as soon as possible. So thank you again for your patience, for sticking around, and until I see you again next time, I wanna wish all of you happy raiding.